talk about today? What is this call for? We want to give you more information around Afrika KOMMT that you might already have. Talk about what is this program about? What's the program structure? What will you expect in case you might join the 13th intake? The reason why you should join, you probably already know why you want to join, but we also have some good reasons for you to join the program. We will take a quick look at the eligibility criteria because many questions reach us regarding those criteria. And then we go through the application steps, what you have to do to apply for the program. And I will speak as fast as I can to give you the more time for the question and answer session in the end so that you can ask all your questions. Okay, so what is Afrika KOMMT? Maybe one of you already has an idea and can quickly summarize what Afrika KOMMT is about. Does anybody feel motivated to just sum it up? Anybody feels now that I'm recording, you're probably not that much motivated? No? No one? Okay, so there's a hand going up. Okay, I could see that just now. Abdi Karem, am I pronouncing that correctly? Hello, Abdi Karem.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, I would like to introduce all members. My name is Abdulkarim Mahmoud. I came from Somalia, especially Hargeisa.
Welcome. And do you have an idea? Could you quickly sum up what Afrika KOMMT is about?
No, I have no idea about this program, but for 3 days, I would like to apply in. I will see the community that wanted though. So I will be applied after 3 days, inshallah.
Okay, good that you're joining the call when you have no idea about the program. And this is what the call
I
is for.
have an idea.
Does anybody have the idea? So maybe I tried with Andrew.
Yeah.
Second and
Yes,
last try.
Hi. Oh.
I have an idea.
Andrew, yes, welcome. You're welcome. Hi.
It is Taka speaking.
Hi.
Who's speaking now? I was looking for Andrew because he was the second one to raise his hand. Andrew Johnson.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Andrew. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, the program is a 1-year program. It has 2 parts. There's a 1-year bit, and then there is the refresher course. And basically, there's the 3 months where you do the language bit, and also a management and leadership course. And also there's 8 months with the company. And basically, it's more of community development. Yes.
Okay, that is, yeah.
Yeah, and there are like a number of profiles, and from what I gathered is that the profiles basically are different, are the number of people, and but anyway, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I have so much to say.
Okay, no, that's perfect. That's fine. Thank you very much. That did sum it up quite well. I will add some more details or correct tiny details only later, but yes, you're right. So let us jump into it. As an overview, yes. So we invite, as a fellowship program, Afrika KOMMT invites young visionary professionals from all over Africa for a fellowship year in Germany. You will stay in Germany for a year, and after that year you will already be kind of an alumni, and as you said, Andrew, we have the refresher course after 1 year. So it's a program that connects German companies with young leaders from all over Africa. But I don't want to speak only about what we do, which is bringing together people and companies. We do have a purpose, and the purpose is that we want you to become change agents for the sake of both the African business relations with Germany, as well as for the economic and social growth in the fellows' home countries and communities. So it is a personal and professional transformational journey for our participants, and this is what we invite you for. And yes, the program contains many parts like language lessons, international management training, study tours, and so on and so on. I will talk about the details a little later. What is AFRIKA KOMMT? AFRIKA KOMMT has been initiated in 2008. Two men had the idea to start this program. The former federal president of Germany at that time, Horst Köhler, together with Tilman Todenhöfer, who was the former Bosch Robert Bosch chair, they invented this program and invited companies to join it. And this program is financed solely by partnering companies. We did have 34 partner companies so far from 2008. Each intake differs from the number of partner companies that are offering profiles. So for the 13th intake, we have 8 companies on board that are supporting this intake and offering fellowship profiles. Until today, the federal president of Germany is the supporter of the program, which you can see by the invitation for a final farewell event at every end of one program. It takes place at the federal president's castle. We have a little castle there in Berlin, and is the highlight of the program for some of our fellows for sure. Also, the German Federal Foreign Office is a big supporter for us. We work closely together with them when it comes to visa and so on, and the German embassies in Africa as well. As you could hear and see, Phyllis and I are all employees of the Deutsche Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, GIZ, which you might have heard of, and we are organizing the program for the partner companies. Yes, so let's move on. I already talked about the stakeholders and partners. You can here on the left side see the companies for the 13th intake that do offer the 41 profiles that we have online right now. Here again, you see the logo of the federal president and the Foreign Office as strong partners and supporters of the program. GIZ is the organizing party. And those are just some numbers to take a look back. So far, we did have 12 intakes. The 12th intake of AFRIKA KOMMT is running right now, and they are in Germany right now, working at different places everywhere in Germany in different partner companies. Altogether, we have 344 alumni that had been working in 34 different partner companies, as I just said earlier. And our 344 alumni came from 27 African countries. Yes, and the current intake that I just mentioned, the 12th intake, contains of 42 fellows, and they are from 16 African countries right now, just as a quick overview. So why should you join AFRIKA KOMMT? You probably have your own reasons why you want to join the program. We have our reasons why you should join the program. For sure, as I said, we have 8 companies offering profiles for the 13th intake now. Out of those 8 companies, half of them are listed at the German Stock Exchange, the DAX. So you gain firsthand practical experience in a leading German enterprise. We have companies like Merck, SAP, Siemens, Healthineers, and VW that you might have heard of. And they are all international companies that offer great insights and huge exchange opportunities and networking for you. As I mentioned already, the program includes different modules, workshops, and seminars that help you grow professionally. But we don't understand leadership as something hierarchical, but something personal. So it's about your personal growth as a leader as well. You know that for your application, we asked you to hand in and send in a change initiative idea. And this is connected to this leadership idea that you don't need to be a leader in a company in a high hierarchy. It's about being a leader as a person. Not only will you get to know the German culture and language, but you will also get in touch with many other African cultures. And you will be working in international companies, so you will meet people from all over the world and therefore have access to multiple networks and opportunities for career acceleration. And the last, but probably most important part is you will achieve personal growth. You will leave your comfort zone by joining AFRIKA KOMMT, by going to a country that you have probably never been before. And that means leaving your comfort zone means to grow in many different ways in your thinking, your perspective, competencies, and knowledge. And you will for sure be able to pat yourself on the back in case you will stand in Berlin one day and receive your certificate there. One important information on why you should not join or what you should not expect, and that's very important for us to let you know. You cannot take it for granted, or you cannot expect a permanent job offer in one of the partner companies after the program. We do not promise that. And this is not a commitment that the AFRIKA KOMMT program makes, because we would like to support the exchange between Germany and Africa. So it does for sure happen that a company hires you after the program, but you should not rely on that when taking part in the program. About the program structure, you also mentioned that in the beginning. We do offer language courses at the beginning of the program. When you will still be in Africa but accepted for the program, we will offer you a 5 weeks online course before going to Germany. And once you arrive in Germany, you will join a 2 months language course in the city of Bonn to prepare you to work in the companies. For sure, in most of the companies, you will speak English, but speaking the German language, I'm sure all of the 344 alumni will support me in that, will tell you that it's important also to get to know the language, to just dive deeper into your experience here. The second phase is the company phase. It's an 8-month practical experience. You will then join your partner company that you apply for in your profile. So that means you will, from Bonn, move into a different city and then work for your company there. And then, as I already mentioned before, part of the program are 3 international management trainings, one at the beginning, one at the middle, and one in the end of the program, where you will gain many perspectives and new perspectives and knowledge about the whole topic of leadership and international management. Also, the program will not only be about learning and studying and working all the time. We also offer cultural activities, mostly at the beginning of the program when you're still in Bonn. My colleague Philip and our colleague Alphonse will take you around and ensure that you will get to know the German culture way better. But also at the end of the program, we offer a 1-week study tour in Berlin. And also in between, like during the whole program, during the whole 8 months while you're working for your partner company, we offer seminars and workshops and different tours and trips. Yes, and the 5th phase is the alumni phase that will start right after finishing the program after a year in Berlin. We will invite you 1 year after the Berlin farewell to a refresher course that takes place either in Germany or in Africa. And yeah, we will ensure that you will really become an active alumni that supports the new fellows and that stays in touch with the program, because this is very important to us as well, to keep in touch with you. As I said, I will talk quickly about the core eligibility criteria. You might know this from our website and so on already. So to join AFRIKA KOMMT, basically, we have those criteria that you need to meet. It's being a citizen of a country in Africa. Some of our profiles actually ask and demand for specific nationalities, but just in general, if you're an African citizen, that's perfect. A university degree, either bachelor or master in a relevant subject, is a core eligibility criteria. You also should have some work experience. 2 to 5 years is usually what we demand and what we ask for. For sure, since you're working in an international company, excellent English language skills is something that is really needed and that you already show with your application and during the assessment center. You don't need to speak German when you apply. You will learn it, as I said, but if you have some basic knowledge before the program, that's for sure an advantage. And you should not be older than 35 years and what we call physically fit. That doesn't mean that you need to run a marathon while you're here, but just bring the basic fitness and be sure that you can stay here for a year without bigger health problems. And for sure, the program welcomes female candidates. Actually, during the last years, the participation of female candidates has grown more and more. And it's every year that mostly male applicants do apply for the program, but in the end, more ladies make it to the approval. Yes, so how to apply? We ask you to check the general candidate requirements, which I just told you about. Do you fit to the program in general? Do you match the criteria that I just mentioned? The second step would mean please check the available placements on our website. And this is really, really important. Make sure that you meet the expectations of the profile that you want to apply for. We are looking for high quality applications. And it's happening quite often that we are looking, for example, for a pharmacist and somebody applies that has only been working as a teacher, and not only, but in that case, been working as a teacher, and then you don't meet the profile criteria and will surely be sorted out. Then fill in the application form in English, please. For sure, we are also open for French-speaking African countries, but since you will be working in an international company where the language is English most of the time, we ask for the proficiency in English. And then submit your complete application before the 24th of March this year. This is our deadline for the application phase for the 13th intake. You can also always subscribe to our newsletter to get an alert. But since the application phase already started in February, this might be too late now. But if you want to apply again next year, then you should know about this option. Yes, this is it from our side. I hope that we gave you a helpful overview of the program. And I would therefore now start the question and answer series and maybe ask Phyllis to do the verbal part of it and answer your questions verbally. And I will then help Philip to answer all the questions that you will write down in our question and answer app, which is Phyllis. Would you take over the question and answer series?
Gladly,
so that
Caroline.
everybody hears a different voice as well.
Not a problem. Yeah, happy to answer your questions. And so if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand and we'll just go in order of how I see the names on the chart. So let's start with Edward. Yeah, we have Edward and then Mohammed and then David. So in that order, you can just switch on your microphone and ask your question. Okay, I don't hear from Edward. Mohammed? Mohammed going once, Mohammed going twice.
Hi, Phyllis and Tim. I wanted to ask you if I am a few months above 36, 35 years, what happens? Not yet 36, but as I waited for this, I've crossed.
So long as you are still 35 at the time of application, you are still qualified to apply. So if you haven't turned 36 yet, then you are still qualified to apply.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Let's hear from David Barre. David? David?
Hello, Edward is here.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Edward.
I'm asking, in the attachment, the slides, the profiles, we are supposed to, if we chose 2 profiles, we're supposed to give reasons for the 2 profiles. I'm asking, can we use 5 slides instead of 4?
No, please stick to 4 slides. This means that you have to be very succinct in your answer. Just use the space. It's enough, to tell us, why you feel you're qualified. In just 200 words or less for each, or 100 words or less for each profile. And so we request that you keep it to 4 slides.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for that question. And let's hear from Hassan and then Onyango Clement.
Yes,
Hassan?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for the meeting and for the initiative. My question was asked, but I didn't get the answer from you clearly. It's about the age. Like, if my age is some months above 35, I'm still eligible to apply, or no? Because I didn't hear it well from when you answered.
Yes, you are eligible to apply for as long as you are still 35 at the time of application. So if you have not turned 36 yet, by 24th of March, which is when the application ends, then you are eligible to apply.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that question. Let's hear from Clement Onyango.
Yes,
Clement,
thank you.
are you there?
Everyone. Yeah, it's Clement talking right here from Kenya. Yeah, is somebody hearing me?
Yes, we hear you. Clement, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. My question is, maybe it was presented during the first presentation that maybe I did not catch up with, but let me just bring it overboard. I would like to know who is responsible for the logistics, maybe the movement of the successful candidate from their country of residence to Germany, and maybe the upkeep in Germany. Yeah.
Okay, the GISA takes care of all that logistics-wise. We facilitate that you get your visa and facilitate that you get a flight to Germany and ensure that you have accommodation and that all your needs are met while you're in Germany. And so that's all taken care of by the program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Then let's have Emanuela.
Hi, thank you very much and good day, everyone. So I have started the process. However, I saw that with Ingelheim, Ingelheim, I don't know, but I'm just trying to pronounce it correctly. I saw that in their profile, they asked that you should add a CV. But then in the application portal, there's no portion to add CV. So what do you do? Thank you.
So this is a special request for one particular profile by Boehringer Ingelheim, where you need to upload a CV in German. Isn't that that's what your question concerns?
Correct.
That's yeah, correct. What you do is upload it together with your the attachment.
Right.
You have your 4 slides, just include that in your attachment as an addition on top of that. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Let's hear from Mr. Tucker. Tucker,
Yeah,
are you
so
there?
I'm here. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I cannot repeat all my questions. There are too many in the question.
One question, please, so that we get more people to ask. Yeah, and then you can put the rest in the chat.
Okay, I've already put all in the chat. Maybe
Okay.
a particular question, a personal question is like, I'm from a background of engineering, while also I worked into some commercial activities like selling equipment, but I couldn't get any profile that is exactly matching with me. And I was wondering if those soft skills that I've got through my job experiences, like selling, that can still match with the fellowship opportunities that I've seen.
Okay, it's always quite difficult to give specific advice about your personal qualifications and how and which profile suits best. We tend not to do that because you're the expert on your qualifications. So this is a decision you will have to make by looking closely at the profiles. We really encourage you to read them and compare this, what they require to your qualifications. But like any other job, I mean, if any other application or job application, sometimes you don't meet the qualifications 100%, but you still apply because maybe you meet 60%, maybe you meet 70%, or maybe if you have a different degree, your experience really matches perfectly the expectations, or maybe the other way around. And so you are the best judge of what profile suits. And sometimes in a particular year, we don't have a profile that suits your specific qualifications. And so then you check again the next year because they change every year. And so just have a closer look at the profiles and see how this match up to your qualifications. All right. Okay. I hope that answers you. Then I think that must have been Emanuela. We have Baki. Baki.
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Buki. I just wanted to ask if I am an African, I am already out of the country, like probably I'm in Portugal. Is it possible to also attend the program?
Yes, it is. So long as you have retained your African citizenship, then you are eligible for the program.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. Buki, right? Not Baki, sorry. Then let's have that. Okay, let's have Henry. Henry.
Thanks for having me.
Henry, we can't hear you very well.
Better now, please.
With a bit of strain, but go ahead.
Okay, so please, I realize that one of the companies supporting this year's program is not firing.
There's probably someone who has a microphone open. I will switch off all microphones and maybe then you can turn on yours.
I muted them.
Okay, oh, you muted them. Okay.
All right, thank you very much. I'm asking. I've been looking at the profile. I realized that although BHF is one of the companies I'm supporting this year's AFRIKA KOMMT, but I'm not seeing their names and the having.
Okay, we are working on this in the background. We will let you know about Odo by the latest end of this week, which is tomorrow. And apologies for that. We just need to take care of one or two things in the background, and we'll let you know if we continue with it or if it will not be there for this year.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Phyllis, if I interrupt quickly, but we just saw that we have more than 20 hands raised. So we would really like to invite you to post your question in our question and answers option that you can find next to the chat button. So if you just post your question there, Philip and I will answer there and support Phyllis.
Thank you, Carola. Yeah, please,
Thank you.
you could feel free to use the chat function as well. And let's go to Joy Umwiza.
Yes, hello. My name is Joy. I'm from Rwanda. I have a question regarding some of the profiles. I saw that some of the profiles, they have mentioned specific countries. So for those profiles, do I have to come especially from those countries, or only being African is enough?
There are certain profiles that mention countries because these companies have a business focus or business interest in that particular country, or have projects that they're carrying out in those countries. And therefore, they will prioritize citizens of these countries, or in some cases, people who have work permits for these countries. For example, we have one profile from B. Brown that requires citizens of Congo or Angola or anyone who has work permits in these countries. And so just have a look at that section. Yeah, so you will be prioritized if you come from that country. We have a couple of them, I think, that prioritize our Rwandese citizens as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joy. Then let's hear from Ntombi.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much, Phyllis, for this. I have a question on the profiles as well. Please clarify how many profiles we should apply for, because at the beginning, it seems as though you can apply for 1 or 2, but the presentation stage wants us to provide rationale for 2. In my case, really, I'd only want to apply for 1. Yeah, so just want to know about that. Thanks.
Yeah, you're not obligated to apply for 2. You can apply for 1 and only give a justification for 1. So second one is an option. It's optional.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from Kawera. Kawera, are you there? Okay, if you are, we can't hear you. So I'll move on to Yakubu. Yakubu, please feel free to switch on your microphone. Or Kawera, if you find your microphone, if you're still there. Okay, I don't hear anyone. JP, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
My question regards the attachments. Is it true that those kind of CVs and motivational letters be written in the German language?
No. The application is in English, entirely in English, except for one profile from Boehringer Ingelheim. And this one specifically states that you upload your CV in German. But every other application is in English and requires you to only write in English. Every other profile. Okay, JP. Okay, let's move on to Precious. Precious, if you're there.
Which of the Precious? Is it my own?
Hello, Precious. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Precious. I'm filling the form for the Africa Leadership Program. So my question is, where they said stays abroad. I'm not in abroad, I'm in Nigeria. Should I choose yes or no?
I think that question refers to whether or not you've had any stays abroad. And so if you have been abroad, for job-related stays, so maybe you've done a training or any other work-related stay outside of your country, this is what you should put there. If you haven't, then you say no.
Okay. Okay. And they are most likely going to consider people that have already traveled out.
Not necessarily. Depends on the requirements of the profile.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I was actually late. I want you to give me a recap on the criterion.
Precious, we are allowing one question per participant. Therefore, please put the rest of your questions in the chat, and we will answer you there. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Rashid. Just ask one question so that we give a chance to as many people as possible. Rashid, are you there?
Rashid or Richard? Okay.
Rashid.
Oh, okay.
Rashid is not there. Let's go to Nkosi.
Hi.
Nkosi, hello.
I would like to just ask, what can I expect after applying? Can I expect an interview, an assessment, and how long do you like respond?
Okay. Thank you for that question. After you apply, you may or may not get a phone call from one of the companies, or rather the company that you apply for. Some people will get, some people will not, so don't panic if you don't. But there may be a preliminary call just to have a short conversation with you. And then after that, whether or not you get the call, everybody will get a response from us as to whether you have been invited to an assessment center or not. So if you are shortlisted, you will be invited to an assessment center, which will take place at the end of June, beginning of July. And if you are not, if you do not qualify in this intake, then we will just respond to you, and maybe give you some tips on next steps. Once you then, for those who are invited to the assessment center, you will have 2 days of performing different tasks and exercises in front of different evaluators from GIZ and from the companies, which will then go into determining whether you qualify or whether you are selected in the end for the program. I hope that clarifies. Timeline-wise, maybe I haven't touched on that. Timeline-wise, after applications, you will get a response between 8 to 10 weeks after the end of the application phase. Between 8 to 10 weeks. Don't panic if it goes sometimes a little longer, depending on how many applications come in the end. But every single person will have a response by the end of June. This year, and most of you will have that the responses much earlier, but every single person will have a response by the end of June.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that question. Then let's move to forgive me if I say it wrong. Kaulod. Okay, I don't hear anything. I'll move on to Kelly. Kelly, if you're there. Hello.
Is that me?
Khulud,
Are you
it's
trying to
me.
call my name?
Who is speaking?
Khulud.
Yeah, Khulud. Khulud, please go ahead.
Thank you. I just have a question about the eligibility criteria in the presentation. Is between 2 and 5, but at the website it's more than 2. So if we have more, does it mean if we have more than 5 years of experience, relevant experience, we are still eligible?
You are still eligible, yeah. You need to look at the profile. It indicates, there's a section that indicates how many years of experience they're looking for. Some cases between 1 and 2, some cases between 2 and 4, some cases 4 and above. And so if you look at the profile, it indicates what they're looking for. And so you can apply even if you have more than 5 years, if the profile indicates that this is what it requires.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. And then Kelly.
Hi, hello
Sorry,
everyone.
Hello.
sorry. Just before you speak, sorry to cut in, everyone.
Sorry,
Good afternoon.
Ayitayo, if you want to speak, please put up your hand,
Yeah. So
and we will come to you.
the thing is, I did earlier. I don't know what cut me out of the call earlier, so that was why I had to rejoin.
Okay. Maybe just put up your hand. I'll come to you. Noted.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Kelly.
Hi everyone. So my question is related to the interview process, right? After the application process. You mentioned that we'll be given specific tasks. Can you maybe highlight a little bit on the kind of task? Is it related to our skill sets, or how should we prepare for such tasks?
We will, once you are invited to the assessment center, we'll give you a little bit more information. And here you will have a bit more of a view of the tasks that you will be asked to take part in. So this information comes at the next step.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, then let's hear from Matthias. Matthias, please go
You
ahead.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Germany, the government of Germany, and all the companies for this wonderful opportunity. Matthias from Kenya. My question is, the professor that I'm choosing, does it mean when I go for internship on maybe international leadership and management development, will I be placed if I am lucky to be chosen? Will I go specifically to these companies, or any other company can pick me for internship? Thank you.
First of all, just to correct that this is a fellowship program, and so it's not an internship program but a fellowship program, and you will be selected, yes, to by a specific company, and therefore you will go and be working for this company for the period of 8 months. Yeah, so you're applying to a specific company for a specific profile. In some cases, if your qualifications maybe match a different profile, you could also be invited by a different company, and you will have the opportunity to say yes or no, depending on whether you're interested in a company other than the one you applied for. So you do apply for that specific profile, but because all companies will have access to your applications, they might like your application, someone else might like your application and invite you to the assessment center.
Thank you very much. I'm satisfied.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we have I think we called Matthias. That was Matthias. Nelson.
Hello,
Nelson?
can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, my name is Nelson. I'm currently studying in France at HSC. I'm doing an MBA, and I would like to know whether I can still apply because I'm still on session and my MBA ends in December.
The thing is, you will need to be available full-time from November of this year. And so if your MBA will allow you to be available full-time, then yes. If it won't, then no.
Okay, from the beginning of November?
Yes, beginning of November.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks for your question. I think I've lost track here a little bit. Caleb, if your question has been answered, please put down your hand. That helps me to see who's next. Caleb. And also, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. We may not be able to cover all the hands that are up. Caleb? Okay, I don't hear Caleb. Let's hear from Eleni. Eleni?
Ask. Is that audible?
Eleni, yes, we hear you.
Okay, my question is about, is it about selection criteria? Is there
Yes.
any other criteria more than you mentioned earlier? Maybe if there is a more person applied, more than the expected number, is there any other selection criteria? And the second one is that possible to know how many person needed for this opportunity? And the third one is that necessary uploading a work experience? And thank you.
I'm going to answer because you're answering one question. Your first question, no, there is no other criteria other than the ones indicated there, regardless of the number of people that apply. So everybody gets an equal chance and every application is read. The second question, there is no specific number. The number of persons that will qualify is equal to the number of profiles that we have posted on our website. So at the moment we have 41 profiles for 42 positions. So we'll have a cohort of 42 fellows. And the third one, I'll just give you a chance to say that again.
About the work experience, is that necessary uploading those work experience?
I mean, the question guides you through, the questionnaire that is on the application platform guides you through how you enter your work experience, right? And so if you just follow the questionnaire, then you will come to the point where you indicate what work experience you have, and you can put it there. Yeah, and you have many opportunities to talk about what, even when you're answering the questions in the PowerPoint, talking about why you feel you're qualified for this profile. That's the fourth question. There you can talk a little bit more about your work experience.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, then let's hear from Anthony, then Claire. Anthony? Okay, I don't hear from Anthony. Let's hear from Claire.
Oh, guys can't hear me?
We hear you. Who is speaking?
Anthony.
Anthony, go ahead.
Yes, so I was asking in regards to I have seen the criteria for like 2 years work experience. So I was asking like, is someone maybe who's doing IT and has been like freelancing, does that also like count, considering like maybe someone hasn't been like in a specific company for those 2 years, or specific company has been freelancing maybe for like the past 2 or 3 years? Does that also count, and they put that also?
Yes, it does count. I mean, it is work experience, whether you've been freelancing or you've been full-time employed, it does count.
Okay, thanks.
And so you can just indicate what experience you've gained as a freelancer.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's hear from Claire.
Yes, hi, good evening. Thanks for the nice presentation. I have 2 questions. Someone had asked about the maximum number. Is it fixed at 2, or someone can just apply for 1? Is it 1 or 2? And then the second one is on the English proficiency. Are we to provide, let's say, the results from IELTS or PTE or any other body for that?
Okay, you can apply for 1 or 2, so it's up to you. Minimum, of course, is 1. If you want, you can apply for the second one. And then if your English proficient, you don't need to provide any certificates. We'll have other ways of determining or just checking on the proficiency. I mean, if you come from an English-speaking country or where you're taught in English, for example, then that's already enough, to demonstrate your English proficiency. If you completed a degree in English and so on, that's already enough for us to determine your English proficiency. So you don't need any extra certificates for that.
Thank you.
Okay. I've talked too much. I want to hand this back to Carola. Maybe take a couple more questions and then we can call it an evening.
Phyllis, actually, I have a very specific one right here.
Okay.
Sorry to ask that one, but we do have a profile where they ask for written and spoken German language on the level of C1. Do we really ask our applicants to fulfill this criteria, or how do we handle that?
Maybe you need to tell me this profile, but it must be the BI profile where they ask for the German.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can, if you're able to speak German fluently, I think that's enough. Just indicates, even if you don't necessarily have C1, but you have some German knowledge, we invite you to apply. Of course, if you have C1 and you're fully qualified for the profile, you stand a better chance. But in some cases, maybe you're really qualified for the profile and your German is B1 or B2, then you may also be invited for the interview. So at least if you have some German language proficiency, please feel free to apply. Okay, Carola, it's on you.
Apart from that, yeah, apart from that, we don't have any more questions in the chat right now. So let me jump into the line here. Precious, what's your question?
I think Precious was answered. We are now talking to
Sorry,
Ayman.
see, I've been
Ayman.
answering in the chat, so I
No,
didn't really
number
follow.
two.
Ayman. So
Yeah.
Ayman, you're the next one. Ayman, we cannot hear you. Can you switch on your microphone? Nothing? Okay, so I will just jump to Richard. Richard would be the next one.
Hear me?
Hello, can you
This
hear
is
me?
Ayman now. Sorry, now
Yeah,
we
this is
have
Iman.
both
So
online.
sorry.
Okay, Richard, could you give us a second? Ayman, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is regarding the reference. Not really sure. It's not really clear for me. It's just written 200 words. So should it be filled by my referee or should I just mention his name and like his details?
Yes,
Thank
please
you.
give the name. Thank you very much for the question. Yeah, please give the name and contact to that reference person for us. So in case we want to know more about you, we will get in touch.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
But
much.
I think,
Oh,
but I
Phyllis,
think
yeah? Sorry.
the 200 words is for the experience summary. The 200 words for the experience summary.
Regarding my for my reference or
No,
my personal.
Your personal experience summary.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Okay,
Thank you,
fine.
Phyllis.
Thank you,
Maybe you
Tom.
should keep the the question and answer. So, Richard, it's your turn now.
So, hello, can you hear
Hi,
me?
Richard.
Yeah,
Yes.
hi. I would like to know, because I'm coming from French country, so we don't really speak English there, and I've learned it myself, and I would like to know if I should bring a proficiency, an English proficiency before acknowledge before them to know that I can at least defend myself in English, or we should came as the other English countries people.
So, Phyllis, correct me if I'm wrong. We don't ask for certificates. Thank you for your question. I think your English is great from what I can tell after your question now. And if you feel able to work in an international company, and from what you just told me in English, I think you would be able. That should be enough. So if you feel like joining the application, the assessment center, which will be in English as well, then just go for it. And congratulations if you learn it yourself. Wow, I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Thank you, Richard. So
You're
Sheila,
welcome.
Sheila is the next one. Hello, Sheila. Can you unmute yourself? I give you 3, 2, 1 more second, and then jump over to Oluwagbemile, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that was a nice effort. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. You can try it with my last name
Yeah, so
later on. Please go on.
Okay, Ritzenhoff, I think.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So my question is the first thing is, so when we are putting the applications out, we're supposed to select 2 profiles, right? That we think are best suited to us. I'm not sure if this has been answered before, but so pertaining so let's say the companies don't think that we are a good fit for them, but then GIZ thinks that we're a good fit for the program. Is there any chances that someone else, another company, is going to see our profile in a pool or something? Like, say the two companies have said, oh, we don't want this person, we don't think they're the best fit, or there's someone else that's better for us at this time. Is there any other, like, is there a pool that like the other companies can access?
Okay, thank you for your question. Yeah, first of all, you can also only apply for one profile. You don't have to apply for two, just as a side note. And yes, we within the team of people that are reading all the applications, we also cross-check. So if we feel that somebody, or if we see that a job has been covered with a person already, a profile, we also send the profiles to other options and then suggest this person for another profile. This option surely exists and did happen already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sala is the next one in the line here. Sala, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Okay, Sala doesn't hear me, so Clara is the next one. Please ask. Hi, Clara.
Hi, greetings everyone. My name is Clara from Zambia. I would like to get clarity on professional qualifications. Do you only consider degrees and masters, or do you consider any other certificate, maybe like a diploma, relevant to your profile?
Sorry, it was hard to understand your question. If I try to repeat it. So if we accept other diploma from other schools or other than bachelor or master, was that your question?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Phyllis, can you help me on that? We do
Sure.
accept.
No, the minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree. And therefore, I mean, if you have diplomas on top of that, that's fine. You can indicate that. But the minimum, you have to at least have a bachelor's degree.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. So the next question comes from Jakubu.
Hi,
Jakubu?
I missed
Hi.
my question.
Hello?
Hi,
Jakubu, can you hear me?
this is Salah.
Okay, now it's Salah.
I
Hi,
missed my
Salah.
question.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just not a question. It's a mark that someone did not let me attend. I attend late, half an hour. So is this a recording session? So you can send us the recording after the session? Because I missed it from the beginning.
Yeah, we did record the first part. We are still recording right now, but I wonder whether the technical solution here is working. But we will, if this one is not working, we will record the next call and the last call next week, and then publish it.
Thank you. Please send it because I miss it. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, my friends.
No problem. Thank you very much, Salah. Nenkang is the next one. Hi, Nenkang. Nenkang, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay, yeah. So my question is this. What are the documents I'm expected to submit under the attachment option?
So we do specifically ask for the presentation that will answer the question that we ask you with the 4 slides. Then also the change initiative information. We ask for the diploma for your certificates. But other than that, just please only upload the certificates and documents that we specifically ask for. Many people in the chat ask for the CV here and there. We do not ask for a CV. You don't have to upload that, for example, only the documents that we are specifically required from the profile. Yeah?
Oh, all right. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. So it's 5:06. I just wanted to check with Phyllis and Philip if you're still fine if I give some more answers, probably until for 4 more minutes.
10 past is fine for me.
Okay, all right, perfect. So Nuela is the next one.
Mikel?
Hello, Nuela? No, not working. Okay. Aitayo. Olayeni. So sorry. Can you hear me? Nuela now was unmuted. Nuela, do you want to give it a try?
Yes, sure thing. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I wanted to ask about the change initiative. What generally is expected, for a strong application?
Show us your motivation. Show us your motivation to for a good change initiative that really changes something in your life surrounding. Have a challenge, a problem that always made you feel like I have to do something on that. I have to find a solution for that. This is it. It doesn't need to be connected to your professional background. It doesn't need to be connected to your profile that you're applying for. It's just any idea you want to come up with. Give us your idea, show us the problem, and show us your idea for a solution. That's what we're asking for. Yeah? Okay, thank you very much. I try it again with Aitayo. Aitayo, can you hear me? Okay, I don't want to lose any more time. Rashid is the next one in the list. Rashid? Rashid? Rashid, I'm very sorry. I cannot hear you, Rashid. No. So Mildred is the next one. Mildred, wind up. Mildred. So this is Rashid. Could you unmute? Could you mute yourself? I'm very sorry, we cannot hear you, Rashid. It's not easy to understand you. There's too much background noise. Mildred, this is you now speaking.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, I would like to, my question is with regards to the duration at the assessment center, because for some of us, we are actually into something right now. We are actually working, or we have a program that we're running right now. And if we would have to plan for that, we would need to know how long it would take for us to be at the assessment center so that we can plan for that adequately.
Thank you for that question. So first of all, the assessment center will be online. You will join online. You don't have to travel anywhere for this. And it's a 2-day assessment center that you will have to join. We will send once we have the companies decided for the candidates for the assessment center, we will inform you as quickly as we can so that you will have enough time to make sure that you have a free time for the assessment center.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and it will take place at the end of June and the beginning of July.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Within those 2 weeks, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Melissa, you are the next one.
Thank you, Carola. Hi.
Hi, Melissa.
My question is, how much of a deciding factor is country focus? So say, for example, I've got a profile which matches my qualifications and experiences, but my home country is not part of the country focus. And then there's another profile that I'm slightly matched to in terms of experience and qualifications, but my home country is also mentioned under country focus. Which one would I rather go for that would give me a greater chance? So
Go
if
for
I
your
have to,
country focus, and I hope for a
okay.
nodding from Phyllis' side at this point, but I know that the companies that do actually mention countries and nationalities, they are really focusing on that.
Right.
So I would prefer that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So it's 5:11 now.
But maybe can I
yeah,
add
Phyllis?
something there for Melissa?
Yeah, sure, please.
I mean, if you're really qualified, I mean, you have the opportunity to apply for 2. So, I'd encourage you to apply for both of them, because if you feel you're really qualified for one, and if you're allowed to work in the country that is a focus for this profile, I think I mentioned the example of the Congo, DRC, Angola one. You know, if you have a work permit there, for example, then go, you know, then you have a good chance of getting that as well.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Phyllis. So since we are out of time now, it's 5:11, I would like to close this call now. Philip and I will still be answering some questions in the question and answer option, I guess until for like 10, 15 more minutes. I still see 20 hands raised, so please ask your question in the chat and we try to answer all the questions there. But for now, thank you very much for joining. Phyllis, you want to add something?
Just one thing, because there's Ayitayo had asked because he had his hand up and then he was kicked out. So if we could just...
I'm sorry, I missed that. Thank you for that, Phyllis.
Only Ayitayo, and then the rest you can ask in the chat.
Okay.
Ayitayo, please go ahead. Ayitayo, don't let me down. I just did a full campaign to allow you to ask.
Sorry, I was having a conflict. Okay, so I've just wanted to ask only one question that has been wondering me since the application came out. Right, and this question is, I went through the 41 profiles, right? And none of these profiles really resonate with what I have in plan for my career. Is there a way to still go ahead and tell, maybe if, for example, I get a job or I get a role, sorry, let me put it as role, as maybe in a particular function that I am very much interested in, which is not in the 41 profiles, right? Is there a way I can go through with that, like getting a role? Okay, so let me just come straight, right? So
sorry, we are running out of time. Sorry if I interrupt you, but if I just sum it up, so you would like to apply, but you don't meet any of the criteria of one of the profiles.
Exactly.
In that case, I'm very sorry to let you know, there we have about 6,000 applications each year for the 41 profiles. Chances are very high that there are many qualified people applying for a profile. So try maybe to gain experience to meet one of the criteria and then apply within the next years. I hope you're not much older than 35 and then give it a try.
Okay, yeah, I think that pretty much answers my question, but I think it's not even about qualifications. It's more about, so for example, if I'm in finance, right, or I have gained all my life experiences in finance, I go through the 41 profiles and I don't see anything relating to finance. And it's like, I cannot, you understand, I don't even have experiences in IT security analyst or so many roles that are in there. So what do I do? But I have a lot of experience.
Yeah, the companies that offer profiles change from year to year. We are still waiting for a profile from Oddo, which is a bank, and therefore hope for one finance profile that will come up. Like go on and don't stop looking for this profile. We hope to publish it soon, and then it might.
So do you
work.
mean this will be published before? This will be published before the deadline, or you mean?
Yes, we hope for that.
Okay, please. I'd really appreciate it. So I'm soliciting for myself if possible, please.
Okay.
I honestly want to go through this program. It's just I couldn't even really see what I could, something that I had not just interesting, but something that was actually relating to the kind of career I've grown over the years.
Show your knowledge. Okay, yeah. So as I said, keep looking at our profiles. We are hoping for this one profile from Oddo. And yes, apart from that, I would like to thank you all for joining today's call and also accepting us recording it. Thank you, Phyllis and Philip, for the support. And next week, we will have another call, the fourth and last one for this application phase. Good luck for all your applications and hope to see you in Germany in November. We'll see. Bye, everybody.